Hello everybody. For those of you who may have known, my name is Shereen, and I'm a former member of Rider Women's basketball team. I was a member of the team for 5 years, but unfortunately I only physically played for 3 years. That's because I had 2 season-ending injuries back to back. That's right, I tore my ACL twice. The ACL stands for the anterior cruciate ligament, which is one of the 4 major ligaments within the kneecap, and is used for cutting and pivoting. So, which the recovery time is about 6 to 9 months. But here's another fun fact. I actually tore my ACL the first time in my junior year in high school. So with that being said, it was a major turning point for me in my basketball career, because of all the schools that were recruiting me actually decided they lost interest in me, and I had to start the whole process all over again. So you may ask, how did I get to this point? After many games, practices, blood, sweat, and tears, it was a major achievement for me to be able to attend Rider University, be a part of the women's basketball team. Everyone's dream growing up was to be in the WNBA, but as we got older, our main dream was to one day sign a letter at the school of our choice with a full athletic scholarship. So of course, signing day is a day that we all look forward to. Signing day to me as a 17-year-old was a day where it's like a celebration. Sign the letter, you have your family, your friends, your coaches, the news is there taking pictures, and you're wearing the school gear that you're about to sign for. That's all I thought about it. But the national letter of intent was just a tangible proof that I would be attending school with a scholarship. But the intangible feeling was something that the national letter of intent the NCAA gave me was one that changed throughout my 5-year career. Can I start over? Because there was a paper missing.
Just keep going.
I don't know where I'm at.
You know what you're doing.
Can I please start over?
Yeah, keep going.
I don't know where I'm at anywhere. Can I please start over?
Is your paper literally not there?
Literally, it's not here.
Then why would starting over help you?
Because I have it over there.
Well, walk over here and get it and keep talking to us.
Keep talking right now.
Preferably about your speech.
Okay.
National letter of intent.
Yes, I signed the national letter of intent, and I was talking about the intangible feeling. I can't just start over. This is terrible. Okay, but then I started to focus on the fine print. So anyway, after signing day, and the more paperwork was sent, I had started to question what I really was signing, and I started to read the headlines. Of course, I read the headlines. I'm familiar with some of the obvious repercussions and regulations given to me by the NCAA, but what made me question was, what does the NCAA actually offer, and do they actually offer more than regulations? So after future research, I discovered that the NCAA does not support/represent student athletes, they only regulate them. Now, I'm not here today to argue that there is no need for the NCAA, nor am I here to say that we should abolish the NCAA completely. My goal here is to challenge the NCAA's basic purpose in hopes of student athletes gaining some morally correct representation. Every organization obviously needs a set of guidelines and rules of basic conduct. It's impossible to run without. So the NCAA read in their mission statement that the basic purpose of the association is to maintain the intercollegiate athletics as an integral part of the educational program. And by doing so, retaining a clear line of demarcation between intercollegiate athletics and professional sports. Yet I'm here today to focus on and examine the dichotomous perception of the mission of the NCAA. On one hand, the NCAA wants to be perceived as the preserver of the amateur status of athletes. On the other hand, NCAA generates a tremendous wealth and keeps its primary labor force, which will be the student athletes, without being paid. So today I will give you an overview of the NCAA and what they claim to stand for. We will examine the economics of the collegiate sports, and we will challenge the NCAA's purpose and question whether or not they truly protect the educational experience of the student athletes. So Targeting and challenging NCAA's main purpose can be beneficial to many, and such a topic not only affects student athletes but also affects everyone else involved in college athletics. But it's also interesting to reflect on how money affects society and how much power one can have, or an organization can have with so much money. As stated, the NCAA stands for the National Collegiate Athletic Association, which is a non-profit organization which helps regulate athletes, institutions, anybody dealing with collegiate sports. It's claimed to be dedicated to the safeguarding of well-being of student athletes, and with equipping them with skills to succeed in the playing field, the court, and in the classroom, and throughout life. So generally, the NCAA seems to be an organization that would help the well-being of students, and it seems like, very innocent for the most part. But let's talk about money. The NCAA, the college sports industry generates $11 billion in annual revenues, which is more than the NBA and the NHL. Revenues stem from ticket sales, sponsorship rights, and the sale of broadcasting rights. The NCAA recently sold its broadcasting rights for $770 million per season. So this is a lot of money we're referring to, and with so much money being generated, it's impossible for the NCAA not to be put beneath a microscope. So the NCAA leads a plethora of colleges and universities, and collectively underpays its primary labor force, which should be considered the student athletes at this point. The NCAA had nearly $913 million of revenue in 2013. So you may ask, where is the money really going? The money is actually going to the college coaches, and it's actually being distributed to the universities for better facilities and etc. The primary labor force, which would be the student athletes, we receive free education, but we're also unable to afford the out-of-pocket expenses. And of course we get much attention and such, but the hours spent in class does not allow us to be able to have a job like any regular student. So you may ask, who supports the students? Recently, Northwestern University football players had tried to make the nation's first union, but unfortunately not only the NCAA, but mostly college coaches and athletic directors went against this act, and is still actually in court and trying to see if they can make a union, which will definitely change the aspect of sports in general. So you may ask if the NCAA is truly protecting the educational experience of student athletes, or are they protecting the economic interests? The NCAA contends that athletes are paid in the free form education, yet if you really look at stats, compared to the student body, male athletes and female athletes graduate at a lower rate than the regular student body. All in all, through personal experience, I was able to witness the unequal balance of money shared in general. And with that being said, I still challenge the NCAA's main mission statement, and I do not believe they represent student athletes as we perceive to be. The team should not have to go through so much trouble to build the union, and